All right. So I'm gonna cut this shit a little bit shorter than I wanted to, but we still got most of it out the way. What were we in again? Where did we last leave off at? Oh, the leprosy and the skin pigmentation. Okay, so biblical leprosy is what we would call today vitiligo. Clean leprosy is what you would call, when they lose all their pigment. So modern Asians and modern Europeans, they would be considered, scripturally speaking, clean lepers. Okay? That curse or the loss of pigmentation in terms of the fallen angels comes from them leaving their domain, leaving their heavenly space, their dimension, coming down to ours to permanently rule it. That was not what they're created for. Remember, angels in Hebrew are called malak or malakim in plural, which really is like guardian, messenger, teacher. Like that was what the purpose of those angels were for, to help guide mankind in their spiritual growth and progression, right? And to kind of lead them by the hand, influence them in a positive way. These beings decided that they wanted to do their own thing. So with all the world's governments making contact with these beings, these Pleiadians, and even in the scriptures it mentions the star systems. I believe it's the Pleiades. I forget what verse, but we'll figure all that out again. What happened is the governments of the earth, first world nations, made contracts with these beings in exchange for higher technology, higher dimensional physics. So y'all see us talking about quantum mechanics now and how that came about or reemerged in the 1930s and 40s. That's because niggas like Aleister Crowley, L. Ron Hubbard, Jack Parsons, there's a whole bunch of names, a whole bunch of motherfuckers. They were all speaking to demons, talking to spirits. All right. And those spirits were telling these governments where to find certain artifacts, what technologies to build. How do you think that Adolf Hitler went to Antarctica to go dig up in all that fucking snow, to go find pyramids, go find celestial crafts, right? Or UFOs, whatever you want to call them. Right? How do you think they found that out? They were channeling demons. All right? Doing things that the Torah Tanakh warns you not to do. How do you think these shamans who take fucking mushrooms and DMT and all this shit everybody want to take now, what do you think you do? They were opening up their doorways. For those of you that like listening to binary sounds, where you play the audio and the sound like it's coming from the center of your mind, your pineal gland. What do you think you're doing? You're opening up your spiritual doorways. You know, a doorway, you both exit and enter it, right? Now, if you're naive enough to do these things and you don't believe in demons, you know that demons can jump up on you, right? And inhabit your vessel and possess you, right? Oppress and possess you, right? So for those of you niggas doing shrooms and mushrooms and shit, and I did that when I was like from like 18 to like 22. I did shrooms like 4 times. I did acid like 3 times. I did salvia once. I was a wild nigga. I was trying and that's when I was into like classes like metaphysics. So the motherfuckers I was chilling with, they were like, yo, bro, you gotta try this shit. And all I know is the last time I did mushrooms, right, I seen demons on people's faces. And I think God seen me playing with shit. And he was like, oh, nigga, you want to play? Okay, all that other shit. I allowed you to see all the fun, nice, interesting things. Let me show you the other side. And I started to see demons on people's faces. And it was like, the Ring when she does the twitching type of thing when she moves. But except it was like a smoky facial figure over people's face, and anytime the people would move, the face would move with them on some stuttering, glitching shit. And then when I was in my mind, I was like, yo, what the fuck is that smoke on all these people's faces? The majority of people are demon possessed. I'm looking around, and then, mind you, I have sunglasses on, so people couldn't see my dilated pupils. So to them, I was normal. But the demons that's on them, it's my understanding that them demons knew that I could see them, and they were making everybody look at me. So I was like, yo, I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm out. Right. But anyway, so these beings that these governments have been calling on and making cosmic contracts with, and Faustian contracts with, Luciferian contracts with, in exchange for allowing them to kidnap children and organ harvest. What do you think all this organ harvest is about? What do you think the Human Genome Project is about? What do you think the Brain Initiative is about? They're trying to figure out how to make synthetic versions of biological life using silicone, right, amongst some other things. And they're going to transfer people's consciousness or demonic spirits into machinery so that they can house bodies again. Our God created a prison dimension for these beings. Since they can't go up to heaven and it's not time to punish them yet, they've been left here bodiless on the earth. They still hunger and they still thirst, and they still crave sex, but they have no bodies to interact with this world. So what they have to do is possess somebody. If y'all seen that Denzel movie with called Azazel, I think it's called Azazel, then you'll see what I'm talking about. They tell you all this shit in the movies, right? They need bodies for them to possess. So all this artificial intelligence and the AI it's going to be demons that's going to be uploaded, downloaded into all these fucking Terminators and androids and all this goofy shit they got coming next. Which is why you see me put the post up about the elect of the nation of Israel being given certain spiritual abilities or fifth dimensional abilities. That's why you got 5 fingers, okay? Man is able to ascend into the 5th dimension, or our max ability is 5 dimensions in this 3D plane. So remember, 3D meaning 3 dimensions: length, height, and width. 4th dimension is the introduction of consciousness: length, height, width, and force or consciousness. Okay? The thing which inspires matter to move, gives it animation. So basic animals and basic man is 4th dimensional, not 3. We just live in the 3rd dimension. But since we're living beings, we're 4th dimensional. Give you an example. This table right here is 3-dimensional. It doesn't have any life force in it. Doesn't have any breath of life. It's inanimate. It can't move unless I move it. It doesn't think. It doesn't process time, space, past, present, or future. It has no awareness. Okay? Then you have 4th dimensional beings like humans and animals and insects, which have the ability to navigate through the 3D realm at their own will based on their DNA instructions or instinct. That's the reptilian brain. Now, a lot of people are 4th dimensional, right? Meaning they're animalistic. They only view this world. They're drunk off of Darwinian evolution. There is no God. Things just happen by chance. There's no order. Goofy niggas. Brainless motherfuckers. Mindless motherfuckers. Lower self niggas. The Pookies and the Ray Rays. The Peaches and Shanays in our communities. These are 4th dimensional beings, right? Those of us that are ascending or trying to make ourselves better, increasing our minds, increasing our objective morality, we are moving towards the 5th dimension, which is the maximizing of human potential, maximizing of the mind in the 3D realm. So think of things like X-Men or superhumans or whatever shit you want to associate with having spiritual abilities or having extended electromagnetic abilities. So I'll take you back to Balaam the donkey. Remember Balaam's donkey? Okay, Balaam's donkey stopped in the middle of the road because he seen the angel that was in front of him. Remember, animals have a different visible light spectrum than we do. They see into infrared and they also see, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, some portion of gamma rays. Right? So they can see things. So when your dog is sitting there barking at the corner of the room, that's because a fucking demon is there. It's not because he's stupid and barking at nothing. They see things that we can't. Same things with cats. Why do you think the ancient Egyptian has cats and dogs as spiritual guardians? This is why. Okay? So Humankind cannot see these things. The Most High has barred us off from being able to look at these things. Otherwise, we go crazy. How would you tell the difference between the spiritual realm and the physical world that you live in? You got to concentrate on one thing. So I'm warning you niggas that's taking mushrooms, taking DMT, taking acid, taking all this shit. Stop doing it. I would advise you to not do that. Do not open up your spiritual gateways. Okay? Because you're going to fuck around and invite something in you that you can't see. And that you don't know how to get rid of. All right? I'm just saying. You do what you want. You got your own free will. But when you get demon possessed, right? Don't cry out, oh, this is God's fault. God isn't real. Why would God let this happen? Nigga, God done told you don't do this shit and you still did it. Blame yourself, right? It's like fat people that get mad when somebody say, man, you big as hell. You can't get mad at nobody. You was stuff in your face. Nobody held a gun to your fucking head and said, eat that food, nigga. Eat it. Eat it. Don't stop. Eat it. Nobody said that. All right. So all in all, responsibility, self-accountability, that's what it's all about. That's how you make it up to the fifth dimension. Kind of went off on a tangent, but I don't want to give you guys too much. I just wanted to give something to whet your palate, to get you to remember how we get down on this page, and for you new niggas, so you can see firsthand how we get down. Usually it's a lot better and a lot more structured than this. But I decided to do this on a whim based on the exchange that I had with the aliens or black guy, because I knew that this was going to happen. I knew that motherfuckers was going to be teaching the Orishas and the Anunnaki. They're our ancestors. They're coming to save us, you dumbass niggas. No, they're not. No, they're not. They're coming to get rid of you. And you're going to be the first because you're the most dangerous. All the other nations aren't really in too much of a danger because that's their gods. Our God is the enemy of their gods. And you're going to worship their gods. And then you wonder on why we in captivity for 2,500 years. Why we're physically brilliant, spiritually brilliant, mentally brilliant, but we're at the bottom of the fucking totem pole unless we sell out. For 2,500 years? You don't think that's spiritual? Like, if you can't understand that, you's a goofy motherfucker. Okay? You on the wrong page. Go to a nigga like Young Pharaoh, or go to one of them niggas. They'll tell you about the ancestors, and you can get on them ships and you can be food for them niggas. Be an organ harvest for them niggas, or be a vessel that they can demonically possess. Cause now y'all want to take mushrooms and take acid and DMT and all this shit. Study your Torah. Study it, okay? Apply it to your life. Get better. And